Hello, you all. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Mystic Tarot. Back with another general reading collective. I'm gonna pull a few cards, get a message out, but overall, hopefully, the message resonates and/or is helpful to you and for you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. All right. Mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Sending you guys love and light on your spiritual journey. Keep your thoughts positive, but definitely keep each other in your prayers, all right? Don't pray on each other, pray for each other, all right? Whether you or where you feel like you should be or where you already are, you know what I'm saying? Pray for those that are less fortunate, whether you know them or not, all right? Let's pull a few cards, get a message out, but overall, hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful, all right? If you're new to my channel, welcome. Mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Thank you guys so much. Thank all of you for your likes, your shares, definitely your subscribes, your comments as well. Thank you for your emails. All right. All right. First card out. Trust what your mind's eye shows you. When it comes to what your mind's eye show you, don't second guess things. All right. Especially if they seem far fetched or something like that, or too good to be true, or that person wouldn't do nothing like that. Think like somebody don't have common sense. Because a lot of times when you don't trust what your mind's eye shows you, you mainly end up being somebody that look like you ain't got none. All right? So don't second guess yourself. If you feel like, if your gut feeling is telling you to go with something, go with it. Don't second guess it. I don't give a damn if it makes somebody unhappy, if it makes somebody feel uncomfortable, if it makes people question you because you're doing it, or you did it, or you're saying it, or you're wearing it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't second guess yourself, all right? Trust what your mind's eye shows you. You know how, like, when you looking off in the distance and something comes to mind and it starts to play out, or you seeing it play out, like, yeah, trust it. You know what I'm saying? Especially, when it's something that you may not have expected it to be about. If it's about someone or something you wasn't expecting, your mind to even be on. Especially if you ain't studying that situation or the person, that place or something like that, but that it comes up. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that may have been years ago and you end up thinking about that time when you was at that club and, some things went on or something like that, trust what your mind's eye shows you. It was something in that moment you were missing, like you need to reevaluate, like look back over that moment, like the people you came with, that night when you were getting ready for that moment or whatever the case may be, like things like that. You know what I'm saying? Trust what your mind's eye shows you, collective. Especially when you new on your journey. Like a lot of times people get so used to you being unawakened and falling for things, going along with shit that you used to, that when you don't know more, they feel like you can be tested. You know what I'm saying? Or they can try it. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to come with the, pull the wool over your eyes. But anything else on this message? It's like the more you trust what your mind's eye shows you, the more, comfortable with it you'll be. So if you get it wrong sometime, or you know what I'm saying, like, man, I should have went with that. I should have followed my first mind, like they say. Trust what your mind's eye shows you, your first mind. Next card, cleansing out unnecessary commitments at this time. So somebody's, closing out, cleansing their energy out in a, environment of unnecessary commitment. So whatever cycle somebody has open, or whatever loose ends somebody needs to tie, like they tying up loose ends. So this could be toxic, stressful situations, friendships, that, may carry some type of weight, or ten of wands, like a burden. Um, toxic, stressful friendships, relationships, marriages, situationships, things that challenge and are unrewarding to walk away from. You know what I'm saying? Things that you know ain't going down the road 2, 3 years from now, 2, 3 hours from now, it's not gonna make whatever you got going on in life or your goals approach, or you know what I'm saying, come any faster, or it's more of a hindrance than a reward for being part of this. You know what I'm saying? So if it's things that's challenging you, you know what I'm saying, like you having to find different, alternatives to try to stay in this connection or stay in this friendship, stay friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how some folks, end up being in friendships that it's more challenging than being in a marriage. Like you constantly bumping heads, constantly trying to, to like balance this connection out, this situation out, and all you got a whole bunch of all these situationships. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of goddamn open ended. You know what I'm saying? Like an open cycle of shit. You know what I'm saying? With different people in different areas of your life, and ain't none of them rewarding. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't none of them seem like at some point it'll come to an end. Like they won't need that. This won't need your attention so much. You know what I'm saying? Like you got friendships that seem like you need to be at their beck and call every hour of the day. Every hour of the day or every other damn day. Like they can't go too long without hearing from you. Oh, I guess you don't fuck with me now. Challenging as friendship. Like you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Cleanse, release them connections, them unnecessary commitments. Like you committing yourself to, connections with people that are dependable, you know what I'm saying? Like dependable. Like they needing you to be around. They needing you to be, available to hear they shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? I need you to go with me to do no. What am I getting out of going with you to go handle, you know what I'm saying, some unnecessary bullshit. Unnecessary drama. Why do you need me with you? You know what I'm saying? So somebody could be cleansing, their energy, you know what I'm saying, of, things like that right now at this time. All right. Man or woman. But I get it's quite a few of y'all collective doing that, so good luck with that. That's why I say, pray for each other, because a lot of times people don't realize what other people are going through while you going through something. You know what I'm saying? Next card, plotting because of something they want. Somebody plotting because of something they want. So it's like somebody could be cleansing out, unnecessary commitments, you know what I'm saying, at this time. Whether it's you, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, a collective, of you, you know what I'm saying. But it could be people from your past doing the same, and it may be people plotting against them, because of something they want. Like somebody putting things in motion, you know what I'm saying, prematurely for it to end up, how people would try to throw rocks and hide their hand. You know what I'm saying? Like try to put you in a bad situation, but then the situation they putting you in, they, know you gonna need them to get out of it. But then they gonna want something in return for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like they know you might come to them for the help, even though they caused the problem behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna have something to do with something, but it's like you gonna, they know they gonna be around when you notice it, because they gonna want to be around to be the one you call on. And when you do, it's gonna be something they use that moment for, to get something from you they want. But trust what your mind's eye shows you. See you in the child. Anything else on this message? nauseous over a second chance. Every time somebody think of a second chance with you, they get nauseous. Like they feel like they're gonna be sick. Top of the deck, you got light complected, and handsome emperor. So somebody emperor, light complected. Whoever it is, they could be light complected, handsome. Clarify plotting because of something they want. Clarify plotting because of something they want. Who is this? The Lovers, it came out sideways, but I'm not going to keep it. Ain't going to keep it. Clarify plotting because of something they want. Ten of Cups, Pisces. Got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Nine of Wands. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands. I don't know if somebody want to somebody plotting on somebody. Ten of Cups is Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And this could be coming at a time where somebody could be recovering from a loss with this Nine of Wands. Or somebody could be stuck somewhere. Like somebody could be, with this Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Like somebody lacked the confidence to do something, you know what I'm saying? And be honest about what they want. Like this is like a coward, whether it's a female or a masculine. This is somebody that, basically wants something, but they don't know how to have the confidence. They lack the confidence and the ambition to, face to face ask you for something straight up, you know what I'm saying? And accept whatever your answer is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, somebody wanting, to go through with something, but, won't take the action to actually, do it. And it could have been something that somebody in the past, wanted, but they, were hesitant. You know what I'm saying? Like they can see themselves working with somebody or, partnering with someone, collaborating, making a conscious effort. But it's like, somebody, may have second guessed themselves, you know what I'm saying, and hesitated on coming towards, that possibility. You know what I'm saying? Especially, for a new beginning. When it came to them possibly like walking away from another connection. Yeah. With a Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Plotting because of what they... Clarify plotting because of something they want. Who is this plotting because of something they want? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, like, was at the bottom of the deck. Virgo energy. Clarify plotting, whether it's a man or woman. All right. Plotting because of something they want. Yeah, you got the King of Swords now with the Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Got the King of Swords that came out. Gemini energy. And then this is somebody, that knows they have to, practice making good choices, standing firm on their decisions and their commitments. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody also very clever, but, has a way about them, that is very reliable, very trustworthy, things in that nature. But it's like there's a Queen of Wands in reverse that is plotting because of something they want, but it's like, I feel like with the Four of Wands, this Queen of Wands in reverse, right at the bottom of the deck, is the Four of Wands, the Ace of Cups, with the Six of Cups in reverse. And this is somebody that possibly won't, what another person is going toward, or what they, how somebody want what they see another person have, or what they know another person is destined for. You know how they say you have friends that be like, or you have some hidden enemies or jealous friends that might be happy for you, when you finally tell them like, hey man, I think I'm gonna pop the question to, my shorty or whatever, my baby mama, or, my new, you know what I'm saying? I think she the one, or I think he the person, I see myself with. Person might want to, do that, but it's like the minute they decide to say that, things may start taking a turn. Like the minute they done told that person they want to do that, or possibly want to do that, like something take a turn, and that person either start feeling some type of way, low key, like start addressing it, in a negative way, slowly but surely, shooting it down, or trying to make them second guess it, redirect, the conversation or something onto something else. Or they'll say they happy, you know what I'm saying, or question, what made them want to do that and all that. But then they'll bring another person into the fold. Like, what about, so-and-so? You know what I'm saying? You don't think they was this, they was that. But low, you know what I'm saying? But underneath it all, this person just don't want them to be in something stable at that point. Because they may have gotten, accustomed to or comfortable with that person being indecisive. You know what I'm saying? A player. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they knew them to be with people that had other people anyway. But to finally get somebody that ain't got nobody, and they want to, they had them at one time, and that person they had, man or woman, was single at the time, and they were dealing with that person, or they had other people, but they were sold on that person. But that person may have had, that inability to commit, just out of fear of change. But I feel like, when it comes to somebody plotting because of something they want, this is somebody that want to come in and, like block whatever it is that that person is trying to do. That even though they told them, like they could have, I'm telling you, somebody told somebody, or they telling somebody, or around people that they may, be saying and telling their ideas to, Page of Swords, talking to, but the minute that's what this King of Swords is about. This is what it's about. They astute. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody very clever. They know how, to read a situation, but they also ready, you know what I'm saying, to come up with some type of scheme or strategy to get what they want out of that strategy. They strategize, and they know how to, you know what I'm saying, they real clever. They know how to maneuver, their way around, what a person's, intentions are, and kind of shake it up. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody, coming towards this King of Swords, like this Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck, if they coming towards this King of Swords, this person know what they want. And they going to go along with it for a while until that person, they going to go along with something for something to blow up in somebody's face. Yeah. How somebody be like, man, I don't even know if I even want to do that. But they do know. It's like somebody that do know. They just gonna go along with what somebody doing. Like they don't know what they doing, but they do know what they doing. But they gonna find ways to do what they still plan on doing. While this person think they planning and plotting. Why they think they planning and plotting on the King of Swords is like somebody knowing that's what they doing, but they still able to do what it is they doing. And it's like, man, why should they go and do this shit here? This, and this. And they'll, end up doing it and they be like, I told you. Man, they think I don't know what they doing. Like whoever this whoever this is, they know this Queen of Wands is going to try to come back around and get at them. You know what I'm saying? In some way to kind of slow them down from getting to this Ten of Cups. Clarify this Ten of Cups with this King of Swords. What's the Ten of Cups with the King of Swords? Plotted because of what? Something they want. What's the Ten of Cups with the King of Swords? Yeah. The Judgment at the bottom of the deck. and the Eight of Swords behind that in reverse. But person coming in with that line and scheming and being secretive, you know what I'm saying? Like doing something behind their back and shit. Like somebody doing something behind somebody's back. But with the sun out here, this is like somebody, coming towards somebody because of how they see somebody being someone's happiness. You know what I'm saying? Or they see them being happy or something like that. Like somebody want to come in and like, it's like somebody feel like, whatever it's got somebody happy, like, they, like somebody feel like whatever got somebody happy is something they do, something going on that they don't see. Like it's like somebody want to come in and say, I wonder if they got to their Ten of Cups. Or no, I wonder if they with their person, right now. Like maybe that's why they not talking to me. Maybe they had somebody behind the scenes all the time. Or, like somebody got some type of scheme or got something up their sleeve, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to see what got somebody so happy. And you got the Judgment at the bottom of the deck. So it's like, they may not like the fact, you know what I'm saying, that this is the end of an old way. You know what I'm saying? The old way that somebody has, that may have worked in the past on somebody don't work. It's out. You know what I'm saying? The way somebody may have, been used to doing other people, it don't work on somebody. So don't, second guess. Trust what your mind's eye shows you. All right. Feel like somebody going, they not liking the fact that, somebody's happy. Or they see happiness with someone. And it's like somebody got to their Ten of Cups, like somebody want to know how they got it, or where they at right now in their Ten of Cups. Cause like somebody thinks something is going on behind the scenes that they not seeing. And I haven't got the moon yet, but it's like somebody doing something behind somebody's back, like plotting, planning, and scheming and shit, trying to see what it is that got somebody in this sun energy. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to see what they working on, like coming in. I ain't even say coming in. Like this is somebody that indirectly will come in and start talking about something. Indirect communication, like somebody like saying something indirectly, and then they'll turn around if you ask them exactly what they asking you. They'll say, "No, I ain't talking about you. I'm just speaking in general." Yet, no, the fuck you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody might be asking you about something, but they're not asking for them. They're asking for somebody else. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Like somebody plotting, you know what I'm saying, because of something they want. So it's like they want to send somebody in or they it's like somebody trying to get people, to go, tipping around and gathering information for them, asking people, with this seven of swords out here, like this is somebody, trying to be sneaky and shit. It being sneaky. Like somebody want to know it's sneaky communication that's being, going on. Whether they talking about something or asking about something indirectly, but it's like warning signs that they, something ain't what it seems. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get somebody asking, like, what you been up to? You know what I'm saying? You still working at that same place? I see you got this, I got that. You must be doing that now. But they want to know, like, how you getting something done. Why you so happy in this community? Like, why every time whatever it is, it seems like, you always happy. Like, you always smiling. You always talking, upbeat. You still, like they don't see you in the same places anymore. Six of Cups in reverse. You know what I'm saying? They may go to the same area, or they may go to a store or something. They know they always hear you talking about going, but they still ain't ran into you. They may be asking people, that might be familiar with you, like what they last knew of you. You know what I'm saying? When the last time they talked to you, did they talk about this? Did they ask about that? But it's like somebody behind the scenes want to know what this, like, King of Swords is doing, or there's a King of Swords that want to know what somebody got going on behind the scenes. Like somebody, and it could be, like I said, indirect communication. But it's like somebody got, with the sun out here, it's like somebody working on something, probably starting something new, you know what I'm saying, or upgrading, in your life. You could be working out more. You could be doing things, that you done took a break from over time. Like you may have, picked back up on some things that's keeping you, busy to where you ain't in them same places you used to be at anymore. Like you probably meet new people that's turning you on to different places, new things opening up, things like that. So it's like somebody wanting to know, like, where this person at, like, why they so happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Especially if they find you to be somebody cheerful, you know what I'm saying, self-confident. Especially if they didn't expect you to be this way. After, like possibly an ending or something like that with the judgment out here. Like, or somebody being, some, like I said, connections that and commitments that was unnecessary. Like they could, be involved with people, or this is somebody that had other options, but they may have also, had you as one, endless choices, and they had you as one. But at this time, it's like everybody else may be still flocking behind somebody except for one person, and that's the person they want or thought would keep, be along with the rest, but they're not. And it's like, well, damn, why they not doing it? You know what I'm saying? Why they not gunning for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Yeah. And you could have done unblocked this person, Eight of Swords in reverse. You could have unblocked this person and all. You just ain't, saying much of nothing. You ain't really bothered by, what could be said or what this person could call and say, text and say. You're not even really bothered by that no more. Like this is, recovering, but, freeing yourself or whatever it is. And it's like now, you can make that forward movement. You know what I'm saying? Things may be coming in for you pretty fast. Eight of Wands, or there's somebody that want to come towards you, when it comes to a second chance. But like I said, this nausea sets in when they do think of it. When they do think of it. What's the Seven of Swords with the Sun? Probably because of something they want. What's the Seven of Swords with the Sun? Clarify. Clarify the Seven of Swords with the Sun. What's the Seven of Swords with the Sun? Clarify the Seven of Swords with the Sun. The high priestess. Pisces energy. What's the high priestess? Clarify the high priestess. Six of Pentacles. With the Hermit in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Whoever this is plotting, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel like somebody already know. With the high priestess out here. I feel like somebody already know that, somebody coming back around or whatever it is that somebody, want from them. It's like whatever it is that somebody want, they already know. There's a high priestess that already know what somebody wants. They gonna see it. If they don't see it then, they gonna see it when they approach. Because somebody refusing to go within with the Hermit in reverse. Because I feel like somebody want to see what somebody know. Like if they know, like, yeah. Because I feel like whatever somebody doing behind somebody's back, being sneaky and deceptive and shit like that, is because of what somebody feel like, another person may have going on or working on or whatever they think they may have. Um, because this high priestess, somebody already know that somebody coming towards them for, because they expected them to be the same person they used to be that was very generous, very kind, gullible, you know what I'm saying? Very giving, very selfless, you know what I'm saying? They don't mind helping people. Even if you feel like you really don't have it. I want to see what they lying. What's the Seven of Swords by itself? Clarify the Seven of Swords by itself. Oh, Spirit, hold on, just please and thank you. What's the Seven of Swords by itself? Everybody seven of swords by itself. Holy Spirit, holy angels. Yeah, six of swords. Aquarius energy. Okay. So somebody, thinks that when somebody moved on to calmer waters, somebody feel like if you moved on from them and you happy now, they feel like you possibly with somebody or had somebody the whole time. Or they feel like, you moved on because of something that they feel like, they didn't tell you about, when it came to you moving on, what I'm saying, Six of Swords. Because whatever it is that somebody is thinking or communicating about with these swords out here, it's like somebody possibly feel as though like whatever was going on behind the scenes that they may have had um, or whatever somebody may have felt like, let's just say you kind of indirectly shed some light on somebody's secrets, and they could have been a lot of unnecessary commitments that they had going on, a lot of cycles they had open with people. You may not have known that, they may not have told you about it or nothing like that, but whatever it is, this person know indirectly you were telling them about some things they was doing behind your back. And because you know may have called them out on it, or it was something that your mind's eye showed you with the high priestess, right? You moved on to calmer waters, like you cut things off with this person. Like you could have ghosted this person, or you could have just flat out, you know what I'm saying, said what you needed to say to this person and moved on. No grudges, no regrets, you know what I'm saying? No hard feelings, right? But now that you're happy and things like that, they don't know if you made it to this 10 of cups, even though they noticed what you wanted with them. But they were at the time not standing firm in their decision. They may have been very indecisive, non-committal, not just to you, but in other areas of their life, you know what I'm saying, with these unnecessary commitments like French, you know what I'm saying, situationships, you know what I'm saying, toxic, stressful friendships, you know what I'm saying, people they've been knowing for years that just bad company, you know what I'm saying, they got, they still, kind of dibble and dabble and stick to a lot of their old ways, and this person does too. And because of that, they done ended up, losing and missing out on good people. And a lot of good people done walked away from them. Possibly people they could have worked with, they may have, not been at their best, but they, would have had more patience and time to work with them to make them, that person that they actually can be. You know what I'm saying? And bringing that out of them. But I feel like somebody was so like distracted with all these other open, connections, cycles that wasn't rewarding at all. They were not making this person's life any better. They were not making the decisions they made any easier. They were not making this person's goals in life, any closer. easier to achieve. They weren't as supportive of their goals, as they thought they would be or they should have been. But that's something that, they realize having to, with the chariot seed for themselves. But you moved on and gracefully, very gracefully. But it's like somebody, wanting to know if you know what I'm saying, plotting because of something they want. Like somebody want to know, they want this 10 of Cups, but they want to know if, you know how much you know. You know what I'm saying? Do that they may have got, involved, possibly with a Queen of Wands in reverse. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they know you, they see you to be somebody very generous. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know if you will still be that way towards them, especially if they, want to come towards you with equal give and take. They don't know if you still, you know what I'm saying, would even be the same person toward them again with the Six of Pentacles. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, somebody moved on. But I feel like at the same time, somebody was not expecting, because this king of swords, like I said, they somebody that, is very clever, but also, got undeniable common sense. This could have been somebody that, I feel like somebody, was keen to a fault. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may have been on their square, so you know what I'm saying, clever that, they may have been out shine, or like somebody was unmatched to somebody else. Like somebody didn't realize just how much somebody knew, and if they said something indirectly, that was their time to, fess up and own up to whatever it is they had going on, whether it was something serious, or not. Clarify, cleansing out unnecessary commitments at this time. Clearing out unnecessary commitments. Cleansing out unnecessary commitments at this time. Who is this? Emperor in reverse. Aries energy. Be low vibrational Aries, but yeah. You got the 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, also in Aries. Page of Cups in reverse. Queen of Wands. 6 of Cups. Star reverse. Because at this time, it's like somebody, definitely was not, may have been abusing their power. You know what I'm saying? They have been reckless, just not having, any consideration, for all these different toxic, stressful, toxic connections they had to people. Karmic cycles they had open with different people, you know what I'm saying, being in this low vibrational energy. But it's conflicting, with the fact that, if they do have a purpose, and all of us do, if they do have a purpose that's, somewhere in a divine way, like a divine contract, like this person wants to get their shit together. Or otherwise, it's going to be like a fall from grace. What's the Emperor in reverse? Eight of Swords. They could be blocking people, or they could be blocked, or they feel like they, stuck or trapped, like, just not able to move forward, or not, willing to like really say anything at this time, especially if they feel like, fear is the one thing that is keeping them in their head, with a lot of negative thoughts. And like I said, they could, feel like they stuck or trapped, what I'm saying, behind the fact that they, may have caused like a very, um, deep wound for somebody, when it comes to these swords, like whatever it is that was said, or however somebody, addressed the situation, or however they were conducting themselves verbally, may have been left with a lot of negative memories now, thoughts, of, some conversations or some words that was had. But it's got somebody, in fear of moving forward, like saying anything right now, because they could be blocked. But that may just be because this person, how somebody, you could unblock a person, Eight of Swords in reverse. But this person could be blocked by the universe, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to them feeling like, they may want to say something and reach out, text, or call, but they can't get the nerve to do it because your ancestors is not, not okay with whatever they still got going on. So it's always gonna make them feel, and their ancestors may, also be not so happy, with the fact of, them maybe still having cycles open that should have been closed out. And something being at a stalemate, or it being, a crossroads for them. Because, to be honest with y'all, this feel like, the breaking of like a generational curse. Like somebody could be a generational curse breaker, man or woman. Because somebody does something as a pattern. Like it's something that, they end up being, it's something long overdue for somebody to learn and clear out of their energy. Like keep it cleared off their path. So in order for them to experience the growth that they're looking for, like the goals that they're trying to meet ain't gonna be met, especially if they ain't been met yet. Because this person got a lot of things on their path, and they got a lot of ways about them that's keeping them from that. And the Most High God can't prepare you for something that, you refusing to be prepared for and make better choices. Because that means whenever He bless you with this big blessing, it's going to, have people rolling and rocking all over your ass. And by the time you realize you've been blessed, that shit gone, and ain't no telling when it's coming back. Ain't no telling when you're going to have another opportunity to enjoy it in peace. You know what I'm saying? And actually enjoy it for what it is. Because with everybody around you, they just coming around you because they want something, your blessing will be here and gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That fast, like income tax money. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want that. Got the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Cups. So somebody still had some lessons to learn. Aries energy. Like somebody still got some things that they need to see. That things that need to be exposed. Things that need to be closed, cleared out. Tying up loose ends, clearing out, closing out connections with people. Whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Saying what need to be said, whether they want to hear it or not. Going through the challenges with the Chariot, that they know they're going to have to face, and the fact that they allowed it, they put up with it, they still called them, they still, showed up when they know they didn't had no business saying, going that way. They kept their mouth closed when they know they should have spoke up and said something to these people and walked their ass away and accepted, whatever they're going to say about them for doing it, whatever the case may be. But something is long, these unnecessary commitments, long overdue for them to have walked away and closed these cycles out. But they could be feeling blocked or trapped, you know what I'm saying, at that time, especially, when they probably want to talk to you or say something to you about what's going on, share something with you, but that's not going to happen, you know what I'm saying, at this point in time, because they got too many things that need to be said to their distractions, to, the things that they having to deal with. Like they got, like how people say you got bigger fish to fry. What's the Emperor in reverse with the Eight of Swords? Clarify. King of Cups. Pisces energy with the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck now. So could be a father figure, could be, a baby dad or something like that. Or, a lover. They could have children. You may not have children with this person. Or this is, somebody that's like a lover but a friend or something like that. Yeah, especially if you like on a friend level with them or something like that. Like something may have been, you may have gotten a false start with this person. You know what I'm saying? Like something may have started up real fast and then, died out, slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? And this Emperor in reverse could be somebody that somebody had held at high regard or something like that. Because this is somebody that abuses their power. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that, like I said, is reckless. They coming out as a king of cups. The Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. King of Wands. Judgment in reverse. Yeah. Yeah, you could have called this person out as far as them needing to grow up. Maybe they, were being a page at times, you know what I'm saying? In reverse, like being immature about something. A way they handle things. Hands out unnecessary commitments this time. Hands out unnecessary commitments at this time. Yeah, because somebody been very giving to whatever these situations are. Stressful, toxic. You got the Six of Pentacles out here now. Yeah. See, somebody been, whoever this is that comes to mind for you, collective, this is somebody that, may have put themselves, at the forefront of other people's, needs. You know what I'm saying? They may be somebody that, come through when nobody else will. A good provider, even. But at the same time, you can't be there for everybody and neglect yourself too and your own happiness. The sun. Like you cannot, you know what I'm saying? You have to at some point, give back to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Especially if these people that they helping ain't giving and it ain't giving back to them. You know what I'm saying? These are takers. Like they dealing with people that, all need this person to come through for them, and they don't want to let them down. But these people ain't gonna want to pick them up when they down either. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. And I feel like, if you were connected to this person, it's like your good energy and goodness and pureness you pouring into them, they were taking it back to these folks that was, already manipulating them and calling on them, expecting of them, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's family, whether it was, toxic ass friendships, shit like that is just stressful, challenging, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't giving them anything for the work they putting in, the money they putting in, the time they putting in, the sleep they losing over it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like anytime somebody called them about something going on, or anytime, Eight of Swords, like somebody, is paralyzed with fear, like they, looking at how people may feel, about them or what they gonna say when they start, cutting these people off with these swords. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, they ain't gonna even have nobody to go to hang out, Six of Cups in reverse. Like they gonna have to find new people, go close, toward their soul tribe or whatever. Clarify nauseous over a second chance. Who is this? Who is this nauseous over the second chance? Nauseous over a second chance. Yeah. Fool in reverse with the hermit. Magician at the bottom of the deck. Somebody feel as though like they were naive as fuck. Like somebody, possibly may have thought they still would have had that same pull they used to have to come back around, or you'll be back. Face said. They thought you was gonna be back, child. They had to hurry up and go self-reflect. Think it over now. Think it over, goddamn it. Cause ain't nobody got time to be sitting up here playing no goddamn guessing game. Like somebody thought, okay, you move on. You'll be back. You'll be back. Okay. No. This ain't no motherfucker. It's not that. This ain't that. Somebody was naive with the fool in reverse. Like they were afraid of the unknown. Like they were afraid of taking that leap of faith. They, you know what I'm saying? No, if they come back around for this second chance now, it's like somebody saying, what did I tell your ass? What I tell you? Didn't I? You thought, you know how them old people say, you don't need me before I need you. Just shit. Gonna need me before I need you. And it's okay, we get it wrong sometimes. But it's like this person gets sick to their stomach. Like somebody, yeah. But this is, the justice in a situation. Like this is their karma. You know what I'm saying? This is in them being, the fairness about something, the balance that, you know what I'm saying, need to be applied to this situation. This is what's bringing balance. It may be nauseous of them, to want the second chance. But shit, it may have been nauseous for, the collective to have to walk away from somebody, you possibly really cared a lot about. You know what I'm saying? To see them, at least go, awaken and go in the right direction, with or without you. But it's like, take heed to my warning. It's like somebody was a guide to someone. And it's like ignoring your damn spirit guide, and your spirit guide saying, go through this door over here. What did I say? Stop going over there. Get over here. It's like that, but you keep going through and approaching all these other, paths, you know what I'm saying, or options. And your spirit guide looking like, didn't you ask for do you need or don't need my help? Because if you don't call on your spirit guides, if you don't acknowledge them, they will, it'll take you a while to have to connect with them. That's why they tell you if your child's staring off and they talking to somebody or something like that, engage them in who they talking to. Because that spirit guide grows with them. It's that child sees a spirit guide even when they small. But that spirit guide is a baby just like them. It grows with them. As they get older, they spirit guide, presents themselves as that way too. So they be seeing them from a very young age. You know what I'm saying? That child and their spirit guide knows each other's language. They know what each other's saying. They know what each other is thinking and all that. But as a parent, you trying to, with your, as an empath, as a parent, you trying to figure your child out when they crying and when they doing this. You having to trust with your mind's eye showing you. You have to, read your child in order for you to know what they saying. So it's challenging even and rewarding at the same time, and it's heightening somebody's gifts even when they got a special need child. It's heightening their gifts to be able to read that child without that child being able to, express and say anything to them that they can understand, but they understand that child. It's not just because it's their child, but they learning, to raise their vibration in order to align themselves with what this child needs spiritually, energetically. All right. But this nauseous feeling comes when somebody feels as though the opportunity presented itself. They were afraid of the unknown if they took this leap of faith, in the first place when you, was trying to be with them. You know what I'm saying? And them not accepting the fact that it's all a risk. Everything, every chance, every choice you make, you know what I'm saying, only depends on how confident you are about it. And if you're not, then you are lacking confidence. And that's something you need to work on. But it's not nobody's fault, you know what I'm saying, that you have lack of confidence at times. You know what I'm saying? You have to identify with why your lack of confidence is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? About whatever it is. But they were naive. This is somebody, that wasn't thinking, somebody was, somebody wasn't maybe prepared, you know what I'm saying, to go on this journey. Like they may have felt like, I still got some things, I want to play around in. I still got some things about me and places, people, I kind of just want to, keep having my fun with right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to get on the straight and narrow and go toward my calling just yet. And somebody felt as though, they would have time to come back around to you until now they may not. Because, again, free will is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't want that with you anymore, they can gladly trade your ass in for somebody else. Okay? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, you can damn show. Even if it's, a twin flame. And a twin flame can turn into, a divine, you know what I'm saying, a soulmate. It can turn into your counterpart, literally. But that's with the ascension, eight of pentacles. Like, that depends on how much knowledge and wisdom is gained in that time that they are ascending. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to them practicing abstinence. And the more celibate, you know what I'm saying, the longer you are, that way, and you focusing on what it is that you feel like, you need to be closer to, more invested in, it will, you know what I'm saying, you have more time for it, and you take more, you get more out of it, you know what I'm saying, and not only that, you just enjoy what you're learning, you know what I'm saying, because it's allowing you to use it in your day-to-day, and it makes, life easier for you. It makes making decisions easier for you and clearer. Decisions come towards you. Choices, answers come to you clearer. It's something you don't, find yourself confused about at all. And you'll stand your ground with it too, as you didn't do in the past. You know what I'm saying? That's what shocks a lot of people from your past when they see you changing and you standing in your truth, or you standing for what you said. You're not gonna just let them, laugh something off like they used to. Now you defending that shit to the point where your defending it is you just speaking with conviction, like this is what it is, like with clarity, like with uncertainty, like this is what it is, period. This how I feel, this what it is, this where it came from, this is why it's going that way. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? You're not the same person they used to you. Yeah, you showed right. They ain't used to you being that person no more. When they see you ain't that person no more, now they, calling on you less and less. They ain't inviting you anymore like they used to, because if they do, they quick to point out, man, don't come along. Like, sis, don't come along, girl, don't come along acting like this, like that. Okay, well, leave me where the fuck I'm at. Because I'm not going to be the life of your party no fucking more. Okay, y'all dealing, doing shit, and you know what I'm saying, you think a certain way now that I don't think that way no more. And I'm not finna dumb myself down just to have a good time with y'all like we used to. That time over for me. I can always go back to that because y'all there. I ain't missing shit long as y'all there. You know what I'm saying? Long as y'all still doing it, I ain't missing nothing. If 10 years from now y'all still doing that, I'm glad I moved on, because at least I know 10 years later that shit's still going on. I ain't missing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But this person, they get nauseous when they think about the opportunity they did have, and now having to go in the hermit and self-reflect, possibly even get, spiritual guidance when it comes to them, preparing themselves to go on a journey, to see what it is, that they need to be doing, or something that, like I said, something was long overdue anyway. It's long overdue, but them doing their shadow work, like looking at, the things that they may have thought was gonna, be easier for them to come back around to you for this second chance, ain't as easy as they thought it would be. They wasn't expecting you to be who you are right now. They could be manifesting, they know you manifesting, and they know you got gifts. With this magician out here, like, somebody know you got gifts. They taking accountability, you know what I'm saying, for what, the cause of you walking away, you know what I'm saying, and how they had a part in that. It may have been other things that played a part in you walking away, for yourself personally, but they played a part in that too. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, like, they can have the money, the fame, and, you know what I'm saying, the car, the crib, but they ain't gonna have somebody like you. They missing that. You know what I'm saying? They got that. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like, somebody got, the crib. They got a whip. They got, you know what I'm saying, got good, stability going on. But they don't have that. They don't have that Queen of Swords. You know what I'm saying? At this time. And they could be feeling, betrayed, angry even, because of how things is, and having to adjust to this right now. But this is, them having to, accept, this is the misery that they in is because of their own doing, and the fact that they don't want to be honest and, say that, listen, I went against, your boundaries. I know I betrayed you by doing this or doing that. And, not taking, into consideration that you got gifts. You know what I'm saying? And you were right about, your intuition was on. Whatever you said, or whatever, you were seeing, or whatever you were indirectly telling me, or, informing me about, you know what I'm saying, giving me my own tea on, like, shit, I slept on your intellect. I slept on your skills. I slept on your gifts. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that really, really got out of something was maybe some sexual gratification, with others, but that still was a betrayal, to their person. You know what I'm saying? What's the, what's the Fool in reverse? Temperance. Now somebody gotta wait. Like, somebody, finding better solutions to how to deal with things, without being impulsive, without being reckless, without putting other people, needs ahead of their own needs, and the things that they know, and, just being considerate of how it's going to affect other people that really care about them, that is given to them. So at this point, it's like they having to wait on the universe to balance things out, but also finding better solutions. Like, somebody saying, if I knew then what I knew now, I would have, found another way to deal with and work through whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just thinking that I'm going to have that time to come back to somebody And it's going to be that easy. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Because somebody see you as a blessing. Like they see you as somebody that, they can build and grow with, you know what I'm saying? And, they see you as a gift that they can, build and grow with the Ace of Pentacles. I can't make it up. It's at the bottom of the deck. But what's the Hermit? Clarify the Hermit. Yeah. You got the Moon, Pisces energy. So far you got Virgo out here with the Hermit. And Sagittarius and Aquarius out here with the Fool in reverse. Sagittarius out here with this Temperance. Intuitively, this person, want a new beginning with the Ace of Cups. They don't know if you want it with them. With the World in reverse. Because this person is seeing themselves, in a whole, in a whole different light. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody don't like what they saw, what they seeing, or, when it come to them doing this self-reflecting and shadow work, like somebody see now, how, what it was they wasn't seeing before with the Moon. Like if they were, questioning what you were saying, about what you were seeing when it came to them not being aware, maybe you told them, they were your person or something like that, or there was something there between you and them, something like a soulmate or a twin flame, or you just saw yourself with this person like long term. This is somebody that may have made you question your intuition, or the fact that they, didn't know at the time, that they were not allowing whatever it was, that was being shown to them to be something that they took heed to. Like somebody kind of, felt like something was hidden. Like it was, illusions that somebody, was under. Like they could have, been involved, with a lot of low vibrational people that they felt like, or they knew, was casting like a shadow over them, as far as them being secretive, or, having them confused about how to see something. Especially with this Ace of Cups. Like if they wanted to question how this person felt, or things that they may be saying, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the emotions and how they feel. Now it's like somebody like, damn, man. Because I feel like these are like undiscovered emotions, like somebody had, like they ain't never had before. And then it's like the opportunity that they, want now that they feel it. Now that they, know it's something that they can trust, that, you know what I'm saying? This is something that I, probably prayed for, something that they never thought existed or thought that they would never feel for somebody. So at this point, it's like, you can want this with the World at the bottom of the deck in reverse, and the Hangman, and the Two of Cups. Because I feel like somebody at one time, broke another person's trust. Or they had some trust issues in the past and other connections or whatever. But I feel like, when you operating from a hurt place, hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they can project a lot of things, and Four of Pentacles hold on to certain situations they done been in because of them not having no control, or not being able to nip something in the bud, and it went on too long, and somebody saying, well, shit, I'm going to start being like this right out the gate. But you end up deciding on that, and then the right person come along when you decide that, and now you treating the right person the wrong way. Because you done, got it in your mind that you're going to be a certain way to prevent you from, going down that road again or getting hurt like that again. And then you end up hurting somebody else because decided that, hastily decided that. That's why I be telling people, like, stop jumping right into something if you're not going to reevaluate, that whole connection and your actions in it. Because you're the only person that can do that. Everybody, the other person got to do their own shit. But what's the moon by itself? Clarify them, yeah. Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Like, you could work from home. You could have, you could wear many hats. Could be a manager somewhere, but a very practical thinker. Could work in like a financial area, like business, finance, or something like that. Very organized but reliable. This is, somebody that don't run from, things that may be challenging just because, it's something that's, part of the job. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to run from something. If you're a manager or if you just got good leadership skills, like, you not going to shy away from what your duties are. You know what I'm saying? They may come with challenges, but you prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? You're not afraid of, being aware of what them challenges may be and saying, how some folks have changed their major because they don't like some of the classes or they feel like them classes too challenging. I'm not going to pass that, so let me change my major. Shit like that. Okay? Anything they find too challenging, they'll walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not, openly ready, to be challenged like that. But this Page of Wands, this is somebody that's, looking to explore, travel, in areas where they feel like, they may want to come towards you, but it's like somebody want to overcome fears, or starting, a new thing, doing something new, going new places, discovering new things about themselves and that person, because I feel like somebody don't know a lot about you like they should. And they may not have had that time because they had all these other unnecessary commitments cycles open. You know what I'm saying? So now they having to find new ways to, get out, of that shell and find new ways to express and show, their interest instead of doing it in a reckless kind of way or inconsiderate kind of way, low vibrational kind of way. You know what I'm saying? The Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Cups in reverse. Hell yeah! Like, see, somebody was confused with the fact of who was the person for them because they had too many distractions. Like, somebody had too much going on at one time. With this Seven of Cups in reverse, with this Queen of Pentacles, like, somebody's a healer, but also, somebody that can heal themselves. It's not gonna take long for a Queen of Pentacles to pick themselves up, encourage themselves, love on themselves, get back, put in, Six of Pentacles to their family, the home, work, and stuff like that. But this is why a Queen of Pentacles sometimes can be a man or a woman, but they can also be in a masculine energy. Because, some of them are mainly, very independent. You know what I'm saying? They work alone. Did Kojak have a partner? So yeah. This person was confused. Like, they let, instead of letting their feelings be their guide, then they doing it now. You know what I'm saying? But they had a clouded judgment. They were clouded. Like, somebody kept them in their head about what to believe when it came to them getting clear answers. Like, somebody wanted, to manipulate how another person saw what they were doing behind the scenes with this Seven of Cups. Like, somebody may have projected, like, oh, you must be doing what you think I'm doing. Nah, motherfucker, you doing that. Because they knew they was in this devil energy, I'm telling you. Hey, yeah. Got the devil back here. Four Cups in reverse. So, yeah. They got to gain a new perspective, find balance in a situation, because whatever it was that they was not getting clear, answers on, they felt like it was a miscommunication between you and them. It was a miscommunication, all right. They had a lot of goddamn people, yada, 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 you know what I'm saying? blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rich Homie. I miss you, dude. We miss you. We miss you. Rest in peace, bro. But yeah, this this person just had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot going on. Or they were dealing with somebody that had, other options themselves. But I feel like, when you got all these distractions, all these different cups, when they come to this Queen of Pentacles, the High Priest is like, when you got all these different damn cups, out of all that shit, you know what I'm saying, come crashing down, and you in this getting, this person gaining clarity, you know what I'm saying, about their purpose and what they thought, they purpose or their happiness, you know what I'm saying, or their abundance or something like that was gonna come from this, or they were gonna gain some type of success, for themselves out of doing this. I'm gonna get to my person, I'm gonna get to the bag, doing it. They could have been opportunists going toward people just because of what they do for work, but at the same time, Ace of Swords in reverse, somebody had some clouded judgment, but it's also them hoping that whatever they wanted to happen, you know what I'm saying, from that caused a lot of frustration, a lot of tension. A lot of tension, you know what I'm saying, from that. So whatever somebody wasn't able to get in motion, you know what I'm saying, physically on this earthly plane, like somebody was trying to, especially if they were not willing to wait on the universe with the temperance. It's like somebody tried to do something on their own and speed something up, and it just, really was about the fact that they needed to clear out their energy, like they needed, you know what I'm saying, to reflect, do some shadow work on yourself, look at you, look at what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, pay attention to what you're doing, because why are you doing this way? It's like that. But it's like somebody was aware they had some toxic, issues, some addictions, you know what I'm saying, some things about themselves that they were just addicted to doing, whether it's outdated beliefs, you know what I'm saying, bad habits die hard. So certain lifestyles and materialistic mindset and shit like that, looking at stuff, when it comes to, people as money, anything you do is like, man, I'm just trying to get to this money. And you neglecting all these other areas of your life. Shit ain't gonna balance out like that. So now, this person, is at a turning point now, where they have to find other facets, other angles, to come at you. You know what I'm saying? Because what they were doing at first, really just put them in a bad place and confuse them even more. While trying to project, you know what I'm saying, and thinking like, well, I'm gonna go over here. I got other, choices too. So, just, fool in reverse. I'm gonna just let them be. All right. But they get nauseous thinking about this damn second chance with this Queen of Pentacles. After all these damn options these choices they did have, and wasn't seeing things clearly because this person had a lot of, unhealthy, you know what I'm saying, unrelatable things going on that kept them out of balance with you. And it was going to keep being confusing. It was going to keep, being failed strategy after failed, mind game. It's going to keep failing. But I'm going to end it here, collective. But trust what your mind's eye shows you. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. Until next time, you guys. I love you. Mwah. Bye.